Hello guys and welcome to another sneak peek here at NGB. I'm Asim as usual, your host for these sneak peek videos. I've got Aaron with me. Aaron, how's it going?
It's going great, my friend.
Do you like big huge games, Aaron? Do you like big huge games?
I like Reckoning.
Well, this is by Big Huge Games and 38 Studios. Published by EA, it's Kingdoms of Amalur Reckoning. The demo's been out for a while. We've got the full game. Our review's coming soon. But we thought we would bring you a little sneak peek at the game. This is towards the start, the section that's going to be loaded up. Aaron, you played a bit of the demo. Your early thoughts on Reckoning?
It seemed a bit unfinished. Obviously, it was glitchy and buggy as hell, but we all know the reason for that. It was outsourced. Way! Two cheers for Big Huge Games.
But in terms of general feel and look, like you see panning the camera around here, I mean, thoughts on that? I mean, what do
Oh
you
yeah,
think?
everything looks like it's been like, crafted from the get-go. Obviously, they haven't gone out of their way to like make the most visually splendid in terms of pure like graphical power, but like in terms of design, it's a gorgeous looking game.
You see me running into one of these animals here, just getting pushed over. Just thought I'd do that just for jokes. But yeah, it's got quite a Fable feel to it. I think we discussed this previously. Do you think that's? I think it's kind of mixed together like the Fable style, the Skyrim style at the same time.
I think at first glance it can look like a Fable wannabe, but it's got so much more depth than Fable. Come on, do it a
Yeah,
little bit more justice than
yeah. No,
that.
I'm just saying as to like first looks, people might think, oh, this is this Fable, but I think they've tried to mix together from what I've played so far and play a little bit of the sneak peek section here. This is shortly after the. I mean, you had quite a bit of time in the demo section. This is one of the side missions that's just showing you here. So you've got your main weapon, which is attack with X. I've got the massive hammer there, as you saw. I picked that up, and I've got the rings, the sort of blades of fire, like you can just throw them at enemies. Um, what do you think of the weapon lineup? I mean, I'm not sure if you had it, if you got any other weapons apart from the sword that you picked up, that you played.
Yeah, I just played with the. I pretty much got my daggers and
Ah,
said fuck everything else.
arch,
I
arch.
wanted to stab. I wanted to stab everything in the back. But yeah, there's so many options in the in how where you can take your character in this game. I'm
Yeah,
sure there's like a crap load of different weapons out there for you to
yeah.
pick up.
I think looting is another big part of the game. It seems like you can pretty much loot anything that you kill, and you can loot chests lying around. And I think looting will be a big part. It seems like it's trying to mix together almost like aspects from like different games, such as even like for instance like Diablo is known for its like looting and all and stuff as well. So it seems like it's trying to mix all together like together and trying to satisfy fans of all different types of genres. But yeah,
I
this is
call
you go.
I call Reckoning the single player MMO. That's how I'm describing
I
Reckoning.
think a lot of people are describing it as a single player MMO, which is it might like some people might view it as a sort of a harsh thing, but I guess it's looking at it, it probably is a fair description so far what I played, and it's got a conversation system sort of similar to Mass Effect style, and you can make choices. Your character doesn't speak, but what do you think? Do you think that might lead to some interesting decisions in the game? You make some decisions later on. What do you reckon?
All the best games are where the main protagonist doesn't speak. Come on, go on, Zelda, anybody? Yeah, I'm not fussed whether the character speaks. It makes you feel more like you are that character rather than you're playing, I don't know, Commander Shepard, which is awesome in its own right. But in an adventure game like this,
Yeah.
I wanna be that character kind of thing. So yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. So you had different choices with this particular mission. You can help this guy out, or you can just choose to leave him there. So we're actually looking for this guy. The quest was given for by someone else, but we found him, and we tried to decide to help him out with this quest. I think he's been like lured away by like some sort of women who I think they're called the Fae, some sort of race, and they're trying to like sort of take advantage of his naiveness. But we got these goblins we're fighting. What do you think of the enemy types that you faced in the game so far?
I didn't see many of the enemies, so I can't really say anything on that. But
Looks like goblins and stuff you saw so far, wasn't it? Most likely play the demo.
Yeah, it was all pretty samey, and a couple of spiders thrown in for good measure. You know, what's a fantasy game without spiders?
Of course, and your map here earlier on as well. You can quick travel to locations that you've been to, which is sort of a staple of these type of games. These enemies are pretty easy to kill off. I mean, I've got the massive sword there. So, well, it's not sword, sorry, hammer, which is a replica of my feet. But let's let's go into this cave and see what happens. I think we're after like a sort of a relic.
God rays! Everybody loves a bit of God rays. Look at frame rate issues. Did you get many frame rate issues while you were playing
No, I think
this little stretch of game?
just when you load in from a different area, there's it sort of stabilizes as you're loading in. But I think apart from that, it runs really, really smoothly. Uh, but yeah, so you're looking for this relic going through. I think you'll come across a few different types of enemies here. There's like this annoying flying creature type thing as well. Um, I mean, do you think you'll be picking this up on release, or is it something you're trying to get into later?
If I had the time to play it right now, I'd definitely pick this up on release. Sadly, I do not, and so it's gonna have to wait a little while.
Yeah, I think it's well, in general, I think it's been released in the right window. There's not too many games like it around at the moment, unless you're still playing Skyrim, which
Yes,
some,
yes, I am.
which some people still might be. But again, I think the comparisons will be made, Fable, Skyrim, whatsoever. But I think this sort of tries to differentiate itself with its visual style and certain aspects of the game. I mean, you got the looting aspect as you mentioned before as well. So these are the other new enemies you'll see. These are quite annoying. It's like kind of hard to get them with the hammer. So I just use the ranged weapon. What do you think of the combat anyway? In terms of its feel and everything, is it better than say like Fable or Skyrim? Or
As I said, I don't really want to really judge
no, do it.
judge. I don't really want to judge the combat system this early because I've seen the skill tree and I know how many destiny. Well, I know a large variety of the destinies that are available. So I'm pretty sure there's quite a big variety, and I'm hoping the combat will spread out and go beyond just rhythmic presses of X.
Yeah, so far
Eventually.
early on, it's like there's a lot of bashing of the X button and the Y button as well. As you probably see me here, there's not a lot of blocking going on, although I do have a shield. Um,
Ah, yes, the mystical shield that appears as if from nowhere.
well, it appears from his back. Can't you see it? Look, it's right there. Look, it's right there. Can't you see it? Fine.
I'm obviously blind.
But yeah, I mean, it plays pretty well. I mean, it's like the combat. They've tried to obviously keep it simple enough so everyone can get into. But I'm sure Adam will touch on that in our full review, which will be coming up soon. But as per general thoughts, you think it's going to strike a nice balance between hardcore and casual players? So in terms of obviously what you played so far, do you think it will?
Yeah, I think it will. For players like me, I appreciate the fact that the game has been built from the ground up. It's not procedurally generating backgrounds or anything like that. There seems to be enough depth, as I said, in the character creation in terms of like skills and whatnot, and where you can develop your character. So that should be cool. Yeah, hopefully it will do the job and put a dent in Skyrim's reign.
We'll see. It's got a lot of looting as you see there, and you've got you can equip. Obviously, you've got different clothes, or you can wear on your head. You can wear hats or whatever, veils, and you've got different chest pieces as well. So you'll be picking a lot of that. You'll be dropping a lot of stuff after you loot it as well. You've got your primary and secondary weapon, which you mentioned earlier. They also got the magic's stars, which you can equip as one of the secondary weapons, and you've got magic attacks, which obviously use mana. Which is a right trigger. If you play the demo, you'll probably know that already. But yeah, it seems, as you mentioned before, there was different paths for the character to take as well, because you make your own destiny, as you know by the demo. So you can choose your path, and it seems like there's a lot of branching paths. Like you can choose exactly which way you're gonna go, which is obviously a good thing, right? Choice is always a good thing, Mr. Aaron. Is that right?
It is. It is indeed.
Yeah. So you'll be obviously be able to do that as well. And here we're fighting some humans just trying to get out. Obviously, we've collected the relic that they wanted. But what we'll do is we'll end our sneak peek chat here and just let you watch the sort of end of this mission and see a bit of action and hear what's going on. Aaron, always a pleasure for you to join me on these sneak peeks.
You can thank me later.
I will.
Oh yeah.
I'm sure we will. We'll go into Amalur and I'll do your reckoning. So yeah, it's all good. So thanks for joining us, guys. We'll end it for this sneak peek. Bye.
Their camp is not far. Goodbye now.
What is this? Our little Egan has made a friend? I have a feeling this is going to be a problem. Obviously, anyone who has ever glimpsed a Fae would know that. Unlike little Egan here, your head holds more than fantasies. The Feylands are such fertile ground for games. The inhabitants are so oafish you can fill your pockets with hardly any effort. Are you going to give us what's rightfully ours, or do we need to start a new game? My brother and I are always ready to play. Cursed, is it? It does look like you are well acquainted with misfortune. Keep the veil, then. There are other treasures to be had in the Feylands. Make certain our paths do not cross again, or my brother will add his mark to your scars.
I didn't know. How could I? Before I came to Gorhart, I'd never known anyone outside my immediate family. Everything was so new, so magical. You must think me a fool. And Father Dinwell... Come, let's return to the mission. I must ask forgiveness of so many. Bye then. Can't wait to get home.
Were laid upon a foundation of exclusion and hate.
Hello. Great Mitharu. Egan has returned. As for you, you have done as I asked, and we here at St. Odwig's are forever grateful. Consider this meager reward a donation to your cause. It is just one, to be sure.